everybody, welcome to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and in today's video we'll be doing another Foundation Friday video. And before we get started, if you were not aware, I do have my own online clothing boutique. It is anemones.com. The link is in the description bar down below if you're curious. If not, that's okay too. Also, while you're watching, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below as well. All right, let's go ahead and get into the foundation that we're using today. It is the VDL Perfect Lasting Foundation. Now, I've not heard much about this brand. I did look it up. It looks like this foundation came out less than a year ago. It came out, looks like July of 2019 or June of 2019 that I can find online. So it's not been around for too long. It's not like, you know, an OG foundation that I'm just now finding, but relatively new, not brand new, but relatively new. This is the Perfect Lasting Foundation. Now the bottle literally has almost nothing on it. It has the name on the front, and then on the bottom it just has it. It's shade A02 Perfect Lasting Foundation. I did go to the VDL website, and literally there was like no information on the website at all. It was really odd. They also didn't have a like phone mobile version. It was just weird. So I did pick this up at Ulta. I'm actually looking at the Beautylish website right now to show you the information that I'm finding or reading here. That is all the different shades. So there are quite a few shades. I think it said 18 shades. This is the lightest shade. It is cool beige, cool light beige is the description of this shade right here. So it says, create a long-lasting canvas. Create a flawless, even complexion that lasts through sweat, oil, heat, and humidity with perfect lasting foundation from VDL. The weightless, breathable formula allows for buildable coverage with a velvety, irresistibly smooth finish. That's pretty much it. It's velvet matte, medium buildable, liquid foundation. It says it's the primer foundation hybrid you've been waiting for. Skip the primer. Perfect lasting foundation locks into place with a velvet matte finish and won't smudge, fade, melt, or crease all day. I already did put primer on. It resists oxidation. Proprietary Lumilayer pigment prevents the formula from oxidizing, ensuring fresh, natural coverage that looks just applied for hours. And it says it's breathable and moisture balancing. The weightless formula uses bio-moisture film technology to restore the skin's natural oil and moisture balance for skin that feels as good as it looks. All right, it does say you can use your fingers to put it on. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and use a brush on one side of my face and a sponge on the other side of my face today for application. Before I turned on the camera, I did spray my face down with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist, and I also used my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer on my face. So that's where we're at starting right now. It is a cooler day. I probably should have chosen a different foundation to try out today, maybe a moisturizing foundation or a luminous foundation rather than a semi-matte, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead with this one. So it is the middle of May or end of May when I'm filming this. You guys are seeing it, I think, in, did I say May? I'm filming it in April. You guys are seeing this in May, but it's the end of April. We're still, at least in my state, on the stay-at-home order. I don't know when it's going to be lifted. Right now they're saying April 30th, but who knows? That could change. But we had 70-degree weather like 4 days ago, and then today it's like, we got frost last night. It actually snowed yesterday. So, yeah. The joys of living in Pennsylvania. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get some of this on the back of my hand. It actually looks darker on my hand than it does in the bottle, but that's okay. All right, we're going to go in with the brush. This is the Airbrush Buffing Foundation Brush from IT Cosmetics for Ulta. So, actually, this does not look like it's a medium coverage. This definitely is. At least not some medium coverages that I've used. I guess once it blends out, it is less coverage, but it's actually pretty good coverage. It also has a, like, scent to it. Like a perfumey scent to it. So, all right, I'm going to blend this in. I will be right back. All right, so far I am loving the finish so far. Let's go in with the sponge. I still have about half of what I put on my hand to go, and like I said, this is really pigmented. I did not expect it to be quite so coverage. When it says it's medium to buildable, I did not expect it to have this much coverage. The sponge gave me a lighter coverage. I'm going to do like a quarter of a pump just to get a little bit more coverage on this side of my face. And even like back here, I feel like I didn't get much coverage because I think I just ran out of foundation. I'm liking the finish better on the sponge side. I feel like it is like a softer finish than the brush. I'm going to use a little bit more of this on the brush side just to build up here on like where I have some natural redness. But I'm liking the finish so far. I think it's looking really nice, actually. It says what did I say? Is a demi matte or a semi matte? Demi matte, I guess. Finish on the website. But I'm actually really liking the finish. It's really pretty right now. Yeah. The shade's a little bit pink for me, but I was afraid if I went any different shade that I would run into too many problems with it being too dark. So I've noticed that my face, I think, has more of a cool undertone, but my neck almost has more of a warm undertone. It's very odd. I've seen only a few people say that they have that issue. So, all right. The time now is 7:53. We're going to call 8 o'clock the check-in time. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my face makeup on. And yeah, we're going to call 8 o'clock the check-in time. So I will be back in just just a second in your time. But it'll be about 20 minutes probably in my time. So it is transferring a little bit. I am going to go ahead and powder. If you guys have been on my channel at all, you know that I pretty much powder with everything just because I don't like to feel sticky and I don't like to feel like it's transferring and so on and so forth. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup and I will see you all in just a moment. All right, you guys, I am back. I also have the hiccups. So if I keep hiccuping, I'm sorry. There it goes. 8:16. Took me about 20 minutes to do my makeup. Like I said, it takes me about 20 minutes. So I'm going to try not to hiccup too loud. So yeah. All right. So on my face, I have my two Physicians Formula powders that I normally use. This is the face powder. This is the correcting powder. I have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer on my under eyes, and then just a little bit of redness on my chin. I sprayed my face down with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I have the Balm Take Home the Bronze in Oliver on my cheeks. Sorry if this is cut to the dickens, just trying to get the hiccups out. I have my Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Party. I have my Tarte Amazonian Clay Highlighter in Stunner on my cheeks. On my lashes, I have the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. My brows, I have the Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in Blonde on the front portion of my brow and then in medium brown on the back portion, although they have a tendency to end up looking the same color. I don't know why I bother using both. It's okay, whatever. And then I have the MAC Painterly Paint Pot on my lids. And then on my lids, I also have this little palette from Natasha Denona. It's the Camel palette. I have this shade right here. I'm sorry, I did use this powder, the correcting powder, to set the paint pot. And then I have this shade in my crease. I have this shade all over my lid. I have this shade in my inner corner and this shade in my outer corner and along my lower lash line. The only shade I didn't use is this one right here. So this is the first time I'm using this palette. I actually really like it. I think that is definitely a palette that is for me. So that is everything. Just looking around my table, making sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, that is everything. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in and we can talk about the foundation. All right, so my hiccups I think have subsided. Knock on wood, hopefully they have. Looking at the foundation, I think it looks pretty on my cheeks. I think it actually looks pretty nice on my forehead. It's not too deep into the line on my forehead, which is kind of annoying. It's not really much of too much of a problem because I am 41. So, you know, I do have a line on my forehead and it can be worse. I have a sister who's younger than me who has like 3 lines on her forehead. I love her to death. I don't think she's watching this, but she has more lines than I do. So there's that. And she's 3 years younger than I am. Anyway, the problem area that I do have is my chin, around my mouth and my chin. If there's an area that I really don't like the way foundations will sit on my face, it is around my mouth and on my chin. Sometimes on my nose. Most of the time though, recently I've been really getting the hang of how to get foundations to really look nice on my nose. So I haven't had as many issues. If I'm having an issue with the foundation on my nose, it's probably because it just won't sit right on my nose. But for the most part, I'm pretty good with getting it to stick and looking okay on my nose, unless it's something really weird. But around my mouth, sometimes I'll have a tendency for foundations to make my skin look very, very dry around my mouth or cracked. This one isn't looking too bad right now, but on my chin, this camera probably is not picking it up. I will pick it up midday, but it's definitely creasing on my chin, cracking on my chin, looking very dry and creased on my chin. Yeah, I'm not loving the way it's looking on my chin. I think at arm's distance or like a couple feet away, I think it looks pretty nice. At least it seems to. But the closer you get, the more you see that it's like cracked up and so forth on my chin. So I'm not loving that. It's not the worst that I've had, but at least for right now, like a half an hour after putting it on, I'm not loving it. So anyway, that is where we're at 8:15? 8:20 in the morning. I will be checking in at noon and then again at 4 today. So that's where we're at. Oh, I didn't say my lips. Where did I put my lipstick? Did I show you my lips? My Natasha Denona lip glaze in Wood Wash. I don't think I told you that I had that on. Everything else I think I did. Anyway, that is it for right now. I will see you guys at noon. All right, you guys, it is my midday check-in at 12:23, so I'm a little bit late. That's okay. Let's talk about the foundation. I did just look in the mirror and there are some concerns, but let me show you what I'm looking like right now. Sorry, I'm trying not to knock something over. Let's show you my face, my nose. I'm pretty sure it's picking up the issues with my chin there. So you can see my biggest problem is my chin. It always is. But it's just really cracked up. And it's just really broken. Like it's broken over here. It's cracked up all along my my chin here. I think you guys can see that. My upper lip doesn't look too bad. I think in last week's foundation, my upper lip was looking really, really dry and cracked, but that doesn't look too bad. I think on my cheeks it looks okay. I think my nose looks okay. I think my forehead looks okay as well. Just looking at it overall, I think at arm's length it looks okay. Like if I lean back a little bit here, I think it looks okay, but just the amount of cracking that I have on my chin is just really what's bothering me. All pretty much from here to here, it is just cracked up pretty badly. So that is not the best. I'm gonna try not to fall over as I take a step back from the window. Not the best. Definitely not the worst foundation I've ever tried, but definitely not the best either. But I'm not loving it. I'm also getting a little itchy right around my nose. I think, didn't this one say in the write-up that it was like sweat-proof, oil-proof, like all that stuff? I'm getting kind of itchy right around my nose creases here. And it does seem to be transferring, like when I did a little bit of like an itch like that around my nose, and it did come off on my fingernail. So I wouldn't say it's definitely not transfer proof. So there's that. I don't know. Anyway, that's where we're at midway through the day. I will see you guys at 4 o'clock. All right, you guys, it is the end of my review day, not my end of the day. It's April 3rd, apparently. It's 4:03. And I noticed that I have glitter all over my table. It might be from this right here, so thank you. Anyway. I have glitter all over the table. All right, let's talk about the foundation. I put on a different lip product, which is why my lips are much redder than they were before, and I even got to smear it on my lips, so it's all over the place right now, which is great. But the foundation, it's dewier than I would like to have it. It's not horrible. I'm at 8 hours exactly right now. I don't know that I would want this on too much longer for the rest of the day, if that makes sense. I would almost just want to have this, you know, 8 hours would probably be about it for me. I'm going to take this off and then I'm going to go run some errands tonight, makeup free. You know, I stay at home all day with my makeup on and then I leave the house with no makeup. I don't know. Don't ask. I'm just crazy. Anyway, but it is a little bit dewier than I would like to have. It is absolutely transferring when I touch it, which is not my favorite. I really do prefer things that are like non-transfer. I don't know that you guys can tell. It's on my fingers. Not my favorite, but so, you know, I'm not necessarily my favorite look, but, I think my cheeks look nice. I don't think they look any different than they did before. Nose, same. Forehead, I think, even looks nice. My chin around my mouth pretty much looks the same as it did midday. I will say that. This is pretty consistent. It looks about the same. It went down a little bit from when I first applied it to midday, but after midday, it's pretty much stayed about the same, to be honest. You can tell I was itching in my nose creases because some of the foundation is worn off there. Yeah, but it's pretty much the same as it was midday, other than being a little bit more dewy, basically. So, do I think this is a bad foundation? No. I picked it up during 21 Days of Beauty, and it was either 50% off or 30% off. I can't remember which one it was, but it was discounted, and I think even full price it was only around $35. So it wasn't like the most expensive. It also wasn't a drugstore price either. So this isn't necessarily my favorite foundation that I've tried as of late, but it's not bad. Like, if you wanted to give this a try, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend at least giving it a try, especially if your skin isn't as imperfected as mine is. So, it is definitely broken up, you know, around my problem areas, my jowl area, my chin. It's definitely creased, but I think from an arm's length, I think it looks pretty, and I think it's continued to look pretty much all day. You know, the whole time. So it's at least, at the very least, been consistent. Let's say that it's definitely been consistent. So that is it for my review of the VDL. I want to get the name right. Perfect Lasting Foundation. Now, their website called it the Perfecting Last. So I don't know. I don't know if this is, you know, I don't know what this. Oh, this is a Korean beauty. Okay. So this is made in Korea. That might make sense. So 18 months on it, which is a nice long time. So anyway, it's not bad. I don't know that if you're an oily skin person that this would work very well for you, but I think it might look nice for someone who is maybe dry, even though it's supposed to be a semi-matte finish. I have not found it to be matte at all the whole time that I've had it on. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up down below, please. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below as well. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I do hope to see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye.